Kolkata used to be the biggest and richest city of India, way ahead of Mumbai and Delhi. All the way till early 1970s, not only was it the most important industrial city of India, but also one of the most important industrial hubs in all of Asia. It was the place where businesses like the Goenkas and the Birlas first made their money. In fact, the reason why Tatas set up Tata Motors and Tata Steel in Jamshedpur was because of its proximity to Kolkata. But then, it fell apart. In 1955, Kolkata contributed 24% to all of India's industrial production and 27% to its industrial employment. But by 2007, this number fell to 3.9% and 4.9% respectively. Why? Let's figure it out in this video. But before we begin, more than 95% of you watching this video have not subscribed to our channel. So if possible guys, do absolutely subscribe to our channel. I would really appreciate it. Now without wasting any time, let's get started. The fall of Kolkata started with the communists coming into power. The CPIM, Communist Party of India, Marxist. CPIM ruled West Bengal for nearly 35 years, from 1977 to 2011. Their leader, Jyoti Basu, was one of the longest serving chief ministers of India, nearly 24 years, from 1977 to 2000. Now, in order to understand what exactly went wrong, we first need to understand their ideology, and that is what will also tell us why they came into power in the first place. Both communism and socialism seem great as concepts. They talk about topics like wealth inequality, poverty, unemployment, and they talk about shared prosperity. Everyone being rich. And that sounds great, right? It is all about making it us versus them. Us, the common people, versus them, the businesses and the powerful who are trying to exploit us. Now, as wonderful as this might sound, it ends up being not about shared prosperity, but shared misery. Here is what Winston Churchill has to say about socialism. If a man is not a socialist by the time he is 20, he has no heart. If he is not a conservative by the time he is 40, he has no brain. Socialism and communism appeal to the younger minds, not exposed to how the world really works. It just seems like the ideal form of governance free from injustice. However, communism and socialism have failed countries like Cuba, Venezuela, and North Korea. In fact, it even led to the decline of India post-independence all the way till 1991 and China before 1979. To know a little more about this, check out this video on our channel. Communists and socialists look down upon wealth creators and businessmen. They treat them like criminals and almost force them to leave. Now, this is precisely what went wrong with West Bengal as well. The CPIM government introduced terrible land and labor policies. The land reforms that made it excessively difficult for businesses to acquire land for factories and industrial projects. One such policy was called Operation Barga.
And reforms were an effort to break away from the past. Operation Barga, as it was christened, was the biggest land distribution in the history of the country.
In terms of labor reforms, the CPIM government encouraged and protected powerful trade unions which had significant influence in Kolkata and all across West Bengal. This resulted in frequent labor strikes and aggressive demands for higher wages and so on. This made the state less attractive for large businesses and industries. By the early 1990s, many businesses and industries decided to leave Kolkata and West Bengal for other better states like Maharashtra and Gujarat. There are two prominent examples, IBM and Tata Motors. The story of IBM leaving is quite funny but also very shocking. It all started with the Computer Hatao Andolan in the 1970s and 1980s. The communist government was against the use of computers in banks and offices and against mechanization in any field. IBM at that point in time had operations in Kolkata, but they were almost forced to leave Kolkata in 1978, just a year after CPIM and Jyoti Basu came into power. Kolkata could have been as prominent in terms of tech as Bangalore is today, but no, they chose communism instead. Tata Motors is another such example. Now the opposition then led by Mamata Banerjee also had a role to play in this, but she just played on the sentiments which were created by the Communist Party before them. In 2006, Tata Motors wanted to set up a manufacturing plant for Ratan Tata's dream project, the Tata Nano. They had chosen Singur as the location because of its proximity to both Jamshedpur and Kolkata. They had successfully acquired land, nearly 997 acres of land, to build their factory. However, soon the protests started happening because of the farmers that were being displaced from their lands. The Tatas tried to negotiate and arbitrate. However, none of it worked. Finally, they decided to shift to Gujarat after Chief Minister then, Narendra Modi, sent a 3-letter message to Ratan Tata. Welcome to Gujarat. It is said that the entire land acquisition that otherwise would have taken months took less than 3 days. No wonder businesses started leaving West Bengal for better places. By the way, when Ratan Tata talked about the lack of industrial development, here is what Amit Mitra of TMC had to say about it.
You don't see that much sign of industrial development.
The comment that resulted in a verbal battle.
তো মতিভ্রম হয়েছে হয়তো উনি বুঝতে পারেননি খবর পাননি আমি জানি না কেন সেটা ওকে জিজ্ঞেস করুন এই কথা
Between 1977 and 2011, Kolkata witnessed a very sharp 60% decline in major industries. Many factories shut down. Unemployment soared. All thanks to this moronic obsession with communism. The few businesses that were left in West Bengal had a very hard time. In our previous case study, we talked about how Haldiram Bhujiyawala could not expand in West Bengal precisely for these reasons. Do check that video out if you haven't already. But the big question then is, why was CPIM getting elected again and again and again? Well, there are allegations of electoral malpractice, but more so than that, it's always a great thought to take from the rich and give to the poor. However, it does not work in real life. Communism and socialism hence end up not being about shared prosperity, but about shared misery. It is precisely this ideology which led to the fall of India post-independence and the reason why we fell from the 6th largest economy to rank 11th. Kolkata too has also been the perfect example for this. Businesses started leaving Kolkata and Kolkata lost its prominence. And it literally breaks my heart to see so many young people my age support ideologies like communism and socialism calling it the way forward. Many even compare it to the Nordic model, which honestly couldn't be further from the truth. But more on that some other time. For now, I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. And as always, thank you so much for watching.